All right, so what can I say, guys? My predictions are always on point when it comes to Resident Evil. Dust Gollum has basically confirmed what I theorized in my last Resident Evil 9 prediction video, and that is the game is a lot closer than expected, especially the reveal trailer. I had the prediction that the reveal trailer would be shown at the next PlayStation Showcase, which is rumored to come out sometime in May. Some people were saying as close as next week or 2 weeks. So that was definitely something I theorized, and then Dust Gollum came out and said this game is coming out in January. What he heard stays true. It should be out in January. And he also went on to say this game has been in development for 7 years. A Resident Evil game being in development for 7 years. You know this game is going to be absolutely massive. They put a lot of time, bread into this. I'm honestly thinking that the open world aspect, the rumors that's been going on with open world for RE9, I think is going to be right on the money, especially because they've been working on this so long. You see the success of Dragon Dogma 2, so I definitely can see them taking a newer route for RE9, especially when you think about Resident Evil Village, which is semi-open world, and I feel like they were testing a lot of things with Resident Evil Village. They tested the village aspect, teased everything for Resident Evil 4, and I feel like that was a test for the remake. It's coming together perfectly like a Rubik's Cube, in my opinion. It's making me very interested about the direction of Resident Evil 9. I feel like they're going to switch it up just like they did with RE7. It's going to be a new direction. But he also goes on to say something very interesting, and with him saying this, I believe I know who the protagonist is, or who's going to be playing a very important part in RE9. So when I finish reading this, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all will get where I'm getting at with this character. He goes on to say RE9 started early development in early 2018 as a possible RE8. Village started development as RE8, but then it became a spin-off title. So Resident Evil Village, which is Resident Evil 8, reminiscence of RE3 in Code Veronica X. But then it ended up ultimately becoming RE8 again. So it makes sense that Village was supposed to be a spin-off, especially how the story and everything went. It makes a whole lot of sense. It just, to me, it didn't really feel like a mainline entry Resident Evil game. It took such a different shift in tone and everything. Yes, it was continuing Ethan and the Winters family story and everything, but it just felt so different. Like, I don't know, maybe, do y'all get what I'm saying? I can't really explain it, but it just did not feel like a mainline title. Maybe that's just me. Not saying the game is bad or anything, because I absolutely love Village, especially on the first playthrough. I think that's where it peaked, but it just felt like it wasn't meant to be a mainline title. And then Dust actually goes on to say Resident Evil 8 and Resident Evil 9 were in development at the same exact time. With me saying that, I'm pretty sure y'all know where I'm getting at when it comes to the protagonist, or at least the character that's going to be playing a huge ass role in RE9. And that character is none other than Ada Wong. Now, I know Ada Wong is not the most popular character. Well, she's very popular, but she's not as popular as a Jill, a Chris, a Leon, but she's up there. If y'all remember, there was concept art with Ada Wong's design for RE Village, and if I'm not mistaken, I can't find it on the internet, but I could have swore I seen some concept art of her bursting through a window as a in her plague doctor outfit, and I guess it was to save Ethan in when Heisenberg kidnapped Ethan and they had the meeting while he was tied up. Ada was supposed to bust through that window and save him, but I think they cut her out because Capcom did not want to waste a very big important character like Ada Wong in a game that she doesn't fit. It was no point of just having Ada in the game just for the hell of it. They already had Chris doing everything. Chris was a very huge part in the Village, so I just wouldn't see screen time for Ada. That's me personally, but I think that's what Capcom pretty much figured out. It's just, it would be cool to have Ada there, but let's not force it. And in my opinion, they looked at that situation once they cut her out of the game. I think, my prediction, they decided to put her in RE9 instead, and maybe this is the solo Ada Wong game that we all have been waiting for. Well, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of us, because I've definitely been pitching for Ada Wong to have her own Resident Evil game. She deserves it. She deserves to have a game away from Leon, because every game that Ada's in, it's with Leon. So Ada deserves a standalone title. It would be cool to actually learn more about Ada Wong, because She's still a mystery, which I get it. That's the whole point of her character, but it would be cool to learn more about the character because I love Ada Wong. She's definitely one of my favorite Resident Evil characters. You guys got to think about it. Somebody like Claire Redfield, and Claire Redfield's not a bad RE character, but she's definitely not one of the most popular. She has 2 standalone games, 2 spinoffs. Don't get me wrong, but Code Veronica was supposed to be a mainline entry, and I consider it a mainline entry. So I'm gonna say 1 spinoff and 1 major title. Ada has none. I think if they do not go with Ada being the protagonist, which would kind of disappoint me a little bit, but I think the next character that deserves a protagonist role is Jill. Jill definitely needs another Resident Evil game. And why am I saying OG characters for RE9? We just got off 2 straight mainline games with a whole batch of new characters, which was the Winter family. And I feel like they kind of rushed to end that chapter quickly. I feel like they could have at least did another game to tie everything together instead of just rushing the DLC. The DLC was cool, but I feel like they just rushed it a little bit. So I feel like since they tied everything up with the Winter family, I really feel like RE9 is going to return to the OG characters, and that's something I would want. It's been a cool little minute since we got mainline characters in a RE game, which was, what, RE6? That was the last time we got main characters as a protagonist in a Resident Evil game, and you know how RE6 was. I know some of y'all don't like hearing that, because I'm surprised. RE6 has a stance, okay, but RE6 wasn't good. So it's definitely time to return to OG characters. But that's definitely my prediction. I'm going to say Ada Wong, and she might keep the Plague Doctor outfit, or my wild card will be Jill. So I can't wait till the trailer reveals, because this is a Resident Evil game that literally nobody has a clue what direction they're going in. When the leaks of Village came out, everybody knew what time it was, because Dust is pretty much accurate every time he talks about Resident Evil. So the thing with Village, we pretty much knew the direction it was going in. The details we got for RE9, like character-wise or setting-wise, was like all the way back when fucking Village was still out, like barely came out. So we haven't really got too many details. We got little rumors about it being open world and stuff like that, but nothing major. So I really wonder if RE9 is going to stay in this folklore realm just like Village did. And I don't know, man. It's a big-ass mystery, but I'm hella excited. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What characters do y'all think are going to be in RE9? Who do y'all think the protagonist is going to be? Who do y'all think the game is going to be? I'll just throw some predictions out there. I love to read them and talk to y'all about them. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say. This is very interesting. This is the best time to be an RE fan. And rest in peace, Drake. Kendrick completely blew your head clean off your shoulders. The West is up. I'll see you guys later, man. Peace. OV ho.